Okay, Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Command General Yohana. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The ISUPK is not affiliated with any other group. You understand? This is the Sabbath Service. You understand? So with that, we'll start with the prayers. I Majum, face to stand, face to east. Start with the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakavka, Tabaha, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba Ratza, Kowar, Hayah, Ba Shemayim, Yadalanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawafnawa, Kasalakanawa, Kawaf Yadanawa, Wala'a, Sabaya Ainawa, Wanasaya One, Abal, Haushanawa, Bayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahafaparas, La'aywalamyan, Amen. And in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Salakia, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For that is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. And this is the prayer for the Hakat power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babu Kishar, Nathan Danawa, Hakat, Lao Ta'ah, Kal Makalah, Kal Madawa, Hakat, Lataha, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, Lahakiel, Hamathil, Hakat, Al Kalraf, Katama Allah, Lagarashem, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the water, Amen. And in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. And the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahushua, Wa Me'aka'ala, Wa Alahayim, Watazabi Ya'ah, Ala Wapya Hana, Ha Ala Wapya, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kotazayanyam, Ha Kayayam, Wa Akwafyam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the water, Amen. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, commanding during Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asher Ayanya, Al Hahayim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Waratazar, Al-Nathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamaka, Hanala'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashem, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamaka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yam Yanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ayakayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamaka, Bakal Rai, Yashamar, After Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar Taza Afka, Wabawaka, Ma'aifa, Wa'ai Malam. Amen. And in the English, I'll lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. So be it. And this is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalakah, Al Fakarash, wa Al Fasakwat, Al Kayahana, Ayabayakar, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al Imakar, Ya'ayamwa, Sawadah, wa Ya'aifad, Ya'aitazawah, Al Tazab Wankar, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wala Kakadum, Magaya, Wala Yasakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, no Aitazawah, Labar, Yakadwa, Al Yakar, Baryaf, Yakarafwa, Aliyah, Adawam, Wa Yashama Alayim, Yashabya, Slakia, Mo'aba, Slakia, Mo'aba, Wahagayim, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashaf, I'm Yashabya, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawar, Imam, Hayawar, Zarwai, Laban Yalawat, Salah, Aishalahum, Kamadyam, Hayas, Kasayas, Sarah, Hayawar, Daman, La'adamar, Shayadamwa, Nadar Yabmawar, Kairam, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarashar, Lanawa, Af, Na'awaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Sabaya Wayara, Wakalabah, Salahat, Harium, Khan, Tharadutma, Basa Irakar, Wabasa Upafkar, Sabalaham, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kualawan, Wayabaskar, Shamkar, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabalawa, Wayakapawa, Wayabadwa, Wayadawa, Kayatha, Shankar, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, Al Kaha Aratazar. Oh man, and in the English, keep not thou silence, O my power, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thine hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. The name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zayeb, yea, all their princes as Zabar, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the song before the wind, as the fire that burneth for wood, and as the flame that setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid of thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. So be it. And with that, we saw, let's be seated. You understand? Okay, so we're gonna do 7 verses in the English and 7 verses in the Hebrew, right? 7 verses in Hebrew, then in the English, like it. So we're gonna start at Genesis chapter 4. Yes, I believe that's where we are at from the last time. We're at Genesis chapter 4. It should be. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatham to the brothers, Yahweh Shabbat Alathar Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. Genesis 4. So we'll start with reading the Hebrew first and then the English. Let's get this ready. Okay. Waha, so this is the 4 verse 1, yeah? Waha Adam would die, so like you die, Atha, so like Af, Thawaha, Thawa, Asha, Fawa, Watha, Hara, Wathalag, Af, Koyawa, Watha Ama, Kobayaf, Thaya, Ayasha Af, Yahweh. Let's do Wathasap, Lila Daf, Af, Afa, Slakia, Akayawa, Af, Akayawa, Af, Habal, Yahaya, Habal, Ra'aiha, Taza'awa, so like it, Tazayan, Taza'an, Wakwayan, Hayaha, Ibad, so like it, Adama, Wayahaya, Wayahaya, Makwa I, Makwa Taza, Makwataza, Yama, 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 Yum, Salaki, Wayaba'a, Koyan, Maparaya, Ha'ad, Maha, Ha'ad, Ma'a, Maba, Kaha, Laya, Ha, Laya, How, Waha, Bala, Wahabal, Haba Ya'a, Gum, Hawa'a, Maba, Karawaf, Taza'a, Taza'aban, Yahweh, Taza'aban, Taza'abawa, right, no foot. Wama, Kala, Bahan, Wayashai, Yahweh, Al, Habal, Wa'al, Maba, Kafan, Maba, Kafan, Maba, Kafan, Kafan, yeah, Khan, Salakia, Ma, no flip, Manaka, Manaka Fawa, that's what it is, Manaka Fawa, Manaka Fawa, okay, right. Na Wa'al, Koyawan, Koyayan, Koyan, Wa'al, Manaka, Manaka, Fan, Al, Slakia, La'a, Sha'ai, Sha'ai, no, oh, this no, this one, change this one. Lakwa, Lakwayan, Ma'ad, Wayapa, Lawa, Wulapayawa, Kar, Panayawan, Panayawa, Kar. Waya Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Koyawan, Koyan, La Amar, La Amaha, Kara, Lara, Wala, Maha, Wa'alama, Napa, Lawa, Panaya, 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 Halawa'a, Ama, Ama, Saya, Tayaba, Slakia, Saya, Tayab, Sha'af, Wa'am, Wa'ama, La'a, Sayat, Yab, Sayatiyab, Lapa, Lapa, Ka, Ta'a, Ta'af, Rabatazar, Wa'a, Lara, Fasha, Shawa, Kwafan, or Kwafawa, Wa'a, Faha, Fama, Shal, Ban, Bawa, Slakia. Okay, cool. Fama, Sha'al, Bawa. Okay, no slip. So Salakia about that slower than usual in the Hebrew. There was a mix up and they changed the font. So that's what happens when you don't understand the certain these apps. They do change the font. So it's best to always get a Tanakh. You understand? The apps are good, but Tanakh is better. Alright, no sweat. So from Genesis chapter 4 verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived, and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Most High. So you understand that Adam knew his wife Eve, you understand, meaning that he lied with her, you understand, he had sex with his wife, and they bear a son called Cain, you understand? But she got a man from the Most High, you understand? She was given this by from the Lord, you understand? Verse 2, and she again bare his brother, Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. So one was a keeper of sheep, and one was a tiller of the ground. You know what I mean? One would herd the sheep, and one would actually plant the ground and dig up the ground. You understand? Because they had to plow the ground to plant crops. You understand? That's what Abel would have done. So okay, that's what Cain would have done. But Abel was the shepherd, right? You understand? Verse 3. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. So Cain brought, when it came that time to give the offering to the Most High, Cain brought the fruit of the ground, his crops, whatever he planted from the ground, whatever wealth he's that is given from the ground. You know, I mean, from the ground you can get things like gold and oil and minerals and you understand? Or you can till the ground and you can plant crops and bring forth the fruit that comes of it, like it just read. You understand? Verse 4, and Abel also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. and meaning the fat, meaning the best of it, the best of it. When you hear about the fat of something, the fat is juicy and sweet, you understand? But that is the best of what he has, the fat, the best of all his flock, you understand? And the Most High had respect unto Abel, unto his offering, but unto Cain, unto his offering, he had no respect. And Cain was very rough, and his countenance fell. So we understand that. Listen, man. Abel brought the firstest of his flock, man. The best, all the fat thereof, man. The best of his flock. You understand? Meaning, showing you what that the law was already in effect, man. At this time, the law was already given unto the righteous seed of Adam. You understand? And that's what he taught his sons, and that's why Cain, when he gave what he gave, he didn't give the firstings of his. He didn't give the fat thereof or whatever, man. He didn't do according to what he should have been given, man. And the Most High didn't have respect unto that. And now he's in his feelings. Now his countenance is fallen. You know what I mean? Now he feels away. Verse 6. And the Most High said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? Verse 7. If thou do well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. So if you do this well, you'll be rewarded. You'll be doing good, man. You understand? But if you don't do well, then of course, you understand. You know what I mean? When you don't do well, sin will be at the door. Sin lieth at the door. You understand? When you don't put your effort into the service of the Most High and doing things for the Most High, listen, man. Sin will be at the door because why? You be putting something else before the work of the Lord, man. You be putting something else before the first and giving the thing, making sure that you give your tithes, man. You be thinking of buying yourself this and buying yourself that before you think about the service of the Lord and giving and making sure your 10% goes to the Most High, man. You understand? But Cain didn't understand that. Cain, the Lord is telling him here that listen, man. When you put a thing first and you don't do well, you don't put in that effort, man. You don't be sincere. Listen, man. The Lord is gonna make sure that we're not gonna make no slacking. Listen, when you don't put in the effort, you don't get your priorities right. That's where sin is at the door, man. That's when you start to put other things before the Father, man, and that's when you start to stray. That's basically what the Most High is saying here, man. You understand? And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt slack it. Yeah, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. You understand? So basically, you understand? Basically, we need to make sure that we're doing what's right, man. You understand? We're putting in the effort. We make sure we're putting all the effort. Make sure our priority is the service of the Father, man. Service of the Most High of Christ. You understand? Because without that, that's when sin lies at the door, man. So with that, it's going to be short, Salakia. It's going to be brief. We're going to be at camp, so we're going to be down in London today. You understand? We're going to be in Brixton, near the KFC. You understand? So roughly we'll be around about, we'll be around there about 1 p.m. So, you understand? If you will come on down and see the speaker, ask some questions, you understand? Get a flyer, we'll be right down there, man. All right, with that, I imagine, rise and face the east. And then we'll go for the Lord's Prayer. Holy. Okay, no flip. Salakia. Alright. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abba Nawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shabkar, Yahweh, Malakovkar, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba Ratazah, Kawar, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathananawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kalawaf Nawa, Kasalakanawa, Kawabwaf Yanawa, Wala Fabianawa, Manasa one, above, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwas, Waha'ala, Wahafapara, La'awalamin, Aman, and in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. And the prayer for the Hakat. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babu Kashar, the thunder no, Hakat, Hakat, Lau Pa'ah, Kal Makala, Ukal Madawa, Hakat, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, Lahakium, Hamathium, Hakat, Arukal Waf, Hamatazar Matama Allah, Lagar Shem, Bahashem Yahushai, the water, Amen. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Barakatah Yahweh, War Yahushua, War Mayaka Allah, War Alahayim, Bataz of Ya'ah, Allah Wap Yahana, Ha Allah Wapim, Ha Saranyim, Ha Kotazayanyim, Ha Kayayim, Wa Akwafyim, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, the water, Amen. And in the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Okay. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asher Ayanya, Al Hahayim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazar, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shemaka, Hanala'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawama, Yasha'al, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'aya Kayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamaka, Makal Rai, Yashamah, Afna Paska, Yahweh, Yashamah Taza Afka, Waba Wa'aka, Ma'aifa, Wa'aid I Walam, Aman. And in the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help coming from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is the shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth, and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalakar, Al Fakarash, Wa Al Hasakwat, Al Kayakana, Ayabayakar, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al Makar, Yayamwa, Yayamwa, Sawadar, where your eye far, your eye to the wall. Out is off one you car, your Amarwa, the Karwa, one the Kokudum, Magaya, wala Aya Zakar, Sham Yasha Allah, I Wadar, Kaya, na wa eye to the wall, Labar, Yakadwa, Al Yakar, Bar Yaf, Yakarafwa, Al Yar, Al Yar, Al the one. Wa Yashama Alayim, Mawa'aba, Wa Hagayim, Gabal, Wa Imawan, Wa Imalak, Palashaf, Ayn Yashabia, Labanya Wat, Salah, Aish, Salakir. Kaza War, Gam Asha War, Nala War, Imam, Hayawa, Zawai, Labanya Wat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadian, Kasaya Sarah, Hayawa, Daman, La Adamar, Sayadamwa, Nadai Yab War, Kairab, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarashar, Lanawa, Af, Naawaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Sayadamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Ka'ash, Sabaya Yaira, Wakalaba, Salahat, Haryam, Khan, Tharadakma, Basa Irakar, Wabasawa Pafkar, Fabalaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabaskar, Shamkar, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Panyaham, Slakia, Wayabalawa, Ida, Wayakapawa, Wayabadwa, Wayadawa, Kaya Adar, Shamkar, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kaha Aratazar, man, and in the English, keep not thou silence, O my power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zayn, yea, all their princes as Sabah, and Nazarmanah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the house of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire that burneth for wood, and as the flame that sets the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid of thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. So be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathens that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction, and death to the heathen, and shake loose the pockets of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the school, force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction, and death to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posakomatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels, and convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift death to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the terrorists, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and destroy. Cause the terrorists to come against America and destroy them in their stronghold. Let America shake. Let the UK shake in the hands of these terrorists. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and finish all the heathens that come against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. With that, I margin, courtesy salute, I margin Shabbat, I margin Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Yad Yabtah, class dismissed.